Well, this one's definitely not for kids. Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare is the latest twisted take on a childhood classic, and it might just be the darkest entry in the so-called Poohniverse so far. Let's talk about how it stacks up and whether it finally gets this bizarre horror concept right.
It's my duty to send the kids to Neverland and protect them from this world.
In a place where you can be a little boy for the rest of your existence. Get her to me!
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare. This film comes from director Scott Chambers and stars Megan Placito, Martin Portlock, Kit Green, and Peter DeSouza-Feighoney. It's the latest entry in the Twisted Childhood universe that started with Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey and its sequel. This time we head to Neverland. And Peter Pan? Yeah, he's no longer the carefree kid you remember. He's something way more disturbing. Real quick, if you like what I do here, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to support the channel directly, I've got a Patreon where you can chip in just $1 a month, or $5 if you want to request a review of your own. Links are in the description. In this reimagined version of the classic story, Wendy Darling sets out on a desperate mission to find her younger brother Michael, who's been abducted by a sadistic Peter Pan and a twisted version of Tinkerbell, who intend on taking him to Neverland. Her search takes her into a grim, nightmarish world ruled by Peter, a violent, unhinged figure who preys on children. As Wendy uncovers the horrors of this corrupted world, she has to fight to survive and bring Michael back before it's too late. Let's start with what Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare gets right. Martin Portlock as Peter Pan is hands down the highlight here. He absolutely eats up the screen. The way he flips between a childlike high-pitched voice and a deeper menacing tone gives the character a really unhinged energy. You never know what you're going to get with him, and that unpredictability really works. It's creepy, it's theatrical, and it's honestly the best performance this franchise has had so far. The gore is another win. There's a lot more focus on practical effects this time around, and while the kills aren't necessarily creative, they're brutal. This movie goes for a meaner, nastier, and more sadistic tone than the Pooh films, and that shift in tone helps sell the horror better. And surprisingly, the rest of the cast holds their own too. Megan Placito as Wendy brings a solid final girl energy. She actually reminded me a bit of Sienna from Terrifier 2. And Kit Green, who plays a drug-addicted transgender Tinkerbell being held captive by Peter, delivers a performance that's genuinely haunting. That role could have easily come off as tasteless or exploitative, but they handle it in a way that feels grounded and disturbing. That said, this movie definitely has its flaws. First off, it leans way too hard into homages, to the point where it starts to feel like straight up copying. There's a scene near the beginning that's basically lifted straight from It. It plays out almost exactly like the Georgie sewer scene, and it just feels lazy. It's not so much a nod, but a copy. And the bigger issue, the plot feels like a rehash of The Black Phone. You've got a masked child abductor driving around in a van, snatching kids, playing creepy mind games. It's the grabber in a Peter Pan costume. It's not that it doesn't work in this setting, but it makes the movie feel overly familiar. There's not a lot of original story here, and that holds it back from being something really memorable. Now, despite those issues, I think Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare is a step up from the previous Twisted Childhood entries. The darker tone fits better, the performances are stronger, and it finally feels like this franchise is starting to figure out what it wants to be. It's still rough around the edges and way too derivative in places, but if you're into these bizarre horror remakes, this is probably the one most worth your time. I'm going to be giving it a 3.5 out of 5. So what did you think of Neverland Nightmare? Did it finally deliver, or is it more of the same Poohniverse mess? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And again, if you enjoyed this video, hit like, subscribe, and consider supporting the channel on Patreon. Just $1 a month helps keep things going, or $5 gets you a review request of your own. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.